Okay, this is my Cashflow screen, which is the first screen you see when you log into Localvolts. So what we're looking at up the top is some very high level basic information about where we are right now. So it's showing my instantaneous cash flow in cents per hour. So essentially my burn rate of costs. And at the moment, it's my evening right now, so I have no exports. And basically, the per hour cost is costing me nothing, whereas I'm spending 40 cents per hour on my imports at the moment. We also have a cents per kilowatt hour section under each of these, so we can see the cost of importing and the reward for exporting. And the first thing you probably notice there is they're very asymmetric. It's 11.55 on the import side and only 4.9 cents on the export. And that's due to the effect of both GST on the imports, no GST on the exports, and also network charges and all the other costs we have, including certificates and other fees that relate to the volumes we're importing that don't apply to the volumes we're exporting. And then finally, at the bottom here, we can also see a carbon footprint instantaneous in this particular 5-minute period. We've got, we're basically burning the equivalent of 2 kilograms of CO2 per hour.
A lot of customers are asking us for a cost per kilowatt hour against their suppliers. It doesn't look like this is the screen to see that in. Am I correct in thinking that?
Yeah, so you'll see up the top here, there's a number of icons, and each icon is kind of a different way of slicing it so that you can look at things from a different perspective. This is a cash flow type screen, so it's in dollars and cents. And there's some other screens that we can look at a bit later that will break things down into kilowatts, into cents per kilowatt hour. It'll break it down into individual counterparties and prices, and also time of day component. Whereas this whole screen is occurring within the current 5-minute period. So there's no wider time component throughout the day in this screen.
Okay, and so when I look at my suppliers there, I can see Ausgrid and AMO seem to be the most expensive components. Why is that?
Well, most of the time, your two most expensive components for especially importing electricity is going to be the cost of the energy itself, and that's under the AMO banner because AMO are running the energy market. So the cost of actually purchasing energy can be one of the higher costs, and it's certainly a time of day thing. Certainly in the evening and overnight, it'll be one of the major costs. In the middle of the day, it might be next to nothing or even negative. Now, the other major cost is the distribution costs of getting that electricity to your house. My distributor is Ausgrid, so they're charging a per kilowatt hour rate for everything I import. And it's just switched to just a supply screen at the moment because I've got to choose zero on the export side, I believe.
Okay, so this screen is giving us a snapshot of what's happening right now in my system.
That's right. That's right. And probably something to really emphasize here is we don't have a live feed from my house or your house or anyone else's premises. So what I'm looking at here is an estimate of what is happening right now. So if I go and turn something off or turn something on right now, it will not be reflected in this screen. It's not like your home control system that's talking to an inverter and getting some sort of live data. This is all running off forecasts and estimates, and we'll get the actual meter data overnight for the previous day, sort of early in the morning for the previous day, and then that will fill in the data as actuals.